HSD's so bad now that I predict that if this video ever reached Jordan B. Peterson, he would say, I don't care what these people think. I agree with them because they agree with me. Except that everybody's agreeing with me and they don't realize. Because this is evidence I've been talking about how destructive somebody that hasn't gone through their own traumas and maturation process and neuroses. And Jordan B. Peterson, I'm not saying that if you weren't a celebrity that your neuroses would be worse than the average Canadian, let's say. But yeah, but I am saying that because your voice has grown, your likelihood to fix your neuroses are, well, they're almost zero. It doesn't make a difference if you're a psychologist or if you're even good at counseling, because not everybody with a, let's say, a PhD in psychology has counseling skills. I hope you know that. Anyways, I'm going to read something that I put as a comment, and I said in capital letters, and then some of your followers that will be there to defend you as witnesses with the what you consider to be like this some sort of attack, when they're just, they are not super competent, but they're just trying to figure out what to do with somebody like you. And you're making it easy for them to realize you're toxic and the way you're responding to the College of Psychologists of Ontario. But anyways, you can call all these witnesses that I'm giving you examples of in these videos. Okay, so I wrote on a video, and it's called Comments on You Are Corrupt. Jordan Peterson Destroys Fellow Accusers in Minutes. I used the word destroys in capital letters in one of my videos, and I didn't share it anywhere just to see if it'd be picked up, or if some of my so-called subscribers that may be anonymous are the ones that are gonna, they love the word destroy, and they're more likely to look at that one and respond to that one for the first time, although they've been maybe subscribed to my channel but never wrote anything before. A message to Jordan, capital letters. What is happening to you right now? It's not because of the statements you've made. Okay, and this is in another vlog I read this. Okay, so here's a new lady, and I could go on her profile and see Victory Visions. Okay, and on her homepage is a video called Jordan Peterson Destroys.
That's still the case. Are you still mostly primarily talking to men?
I've never watched this, and if she contacts me in a way that is, that shows sentience and sapience, or in education, or actually if she responds again, I'll say, hey, I went to look at your channel. How about I dedicate to you with good intentions my opinion of that's probably different than yours about this video that's 4 minutes and 41 seconds. And of course she'll refuse because, alternating, interpreting or allowing for views that are different than one that's already formed in the mind of somebody like Jordan B. Peterson, or likely Victory Visions, is unacceptable. Somebody will not allow the learning process, really is what it is, right? Or debate, or just an alternative way to see the same thing, and then learning from it, not just who's right or wrong, but maybe both are a little bit right, both are a little bit wrong, and if there was any life skills or a reason or critical thinking being used, or transparency or honesty or ethics or morals, then there'd be a learning process and a mix and match and a joy and a friendship developing. I don't see this happening with this lady, but I'm going to read some of the short comments that we've had so far, starting with maybe the first one she wrote here. Just give me a second. It's really hard to find these in order. You got to look at the dates, because they kind of the times and the dates. Because I think maybe is this the first one? I'm not even sure if it's the first one from her. Maybe it is. I'm gonna see here. Victory Visions replied, "Where did you see him throwing labels and diagnoses at people?" So look at this video, which I defined the title before, the first title, and if you guys don't see him doing this, I could create a video clip specifically for her and tell her exactly at what seconds he does it, but it's not going to make a difference. Evidence doesn't make a difference. She will redefine or Or she'll just say, nope, that's not an orange, that's a banana. All right, I've never seen a banana this shape before, but like, okay, maybe, I'm willing to hear. Maybe they invented a banana, pieces inside what looks like a plastic orange. I don't know. Like, tell me more what you mean. Except that, the person will actually say, no, it's, like it actually is an orange, but they'll suddenly say, no, I'm wrong. It's a banana. Like you can already tell, like the video is there. We're all responding to it. The evidence is there. HSD is strong. The followers of Jordan B. Peterson are, well, they're pretty much him without money or fame. When people say, I'm trying to piggyback on his fame. No, I'm trying to get you not to be victims of his fame, because fame doesn't mean wisdom. Anyways, did I respond to this one? Let's say. So she wrote, I can't remember where I wrote what. Like I try to respond to everyone. That's the oldest one. I have to look at the order now. Just give me a second. It's like every time I click this notification thing, I never get the comments in the same order. I could like film a video of this and. Okay, so I think her first one might be, where did you see him throwing labels and diagnoses at people? And I think she wrote diagnoses the right way. Yeah, that is the right way, I think, when you're talking plural. That's nice. So she might also have a degree in psychology, okay? He should be the thesis supervisor for her. Dear Vivi, this is before I looked up that she may or may not be called Victory Visions. I'll look up her name after. And Dear Vivi, in this and most other videos, I find it curious that as a fan of his, I assume, you would not have already noticed this. Interesting. And then I respond to somebody else. And then she says, no, there are no concrete examples of diagnosis. And this time is IS. Labels have a subjective meaning. Some people see certain things as labeling and guilt tripping. Some people see it as truth that has to be said. Okay, so evaluating this, what she wrote is, I would think it's possible she has a bachelor's in psychology, but this is, the limits of her, trying to structure some sort of argument. I'll read it again, okay, because I'm judging this as, this is probably somebody with a post-secondary degree, but this is the limit, and she edited it, so this might be the best she can come up with. So no, as a small n, comma, there are no concrete examples of diagnosis, period. Labels have a subjective meaning, comma, some people see certain things as labeling and guilt tripping, comma, some people see it as truth that has to be said. Yeah, okay, so for me, it's really hard to answer specifically of this because it's very unstructured, whatever argument she's trying to make. And I'm pretty sure she could likely have in the United States or Canada a post-secondary degree, okay? That's how sad things are. Okay, and I answered, you are taking your lessons from Jordan in how to stretch evidence so as to fit your own views extremely well. Have you signed up to his teachings in Greece yet? You may qualify for a scholarship. Good luck with your self-domestication goal. I wish you well. Yeah, that's nasty on my part, but I mean, I wrote something, that kind of makes me curious about her more, and then she gives me this, like, how could you not see it? I said, and then she says, I'm, like she's putting it back on me, and I don't even know how she's doing it. With like, it's not structured really well. She's saying, some people see certain things as labeling and guilt tripping. Some people see it as truth that has to be said. Well, how about what she could do to test this is the way that Jordan B. Peterson behaved in this video is, let's say she asks somebody to film a video that does the exact same thing towards, let's say, Jordan B. Peterson and his daughter. The exact same thing that she is finding excusable here. And then, as a friend of this person, would test to see by posting it on her video, and support this friend and say, yeah, you prove my point with the Doctor of Eumenics. And now I'm confused because now we just trashed Jordan B. Peterson, who's I'm supporting on my own. You know, like it's, I don't know if her brain might explode with this, like tilting pinball machine, but, you know, like, I don't, I mean, she could ask maybe her favorite teacher if she had courses in psychology at university. And you know, and it could be somebody that would answer, oh, I'm not the best qualified to answer this, but a psychologist on a news channel said, yeah, it's not okay to diagnose, and he wasn't talking about, I think, Jordan B. Peterson. He was talking about Curious George Santos, the lying politician. It's not a great way to be specific about who I'm talking about, so I'm going to say Curious George Santos because there's a lot of lying politicians. But he was saying, yeah, he was saying, be careful those that diagnose, and he didn't want to do it. Somebody he's never met in person and done the diagnostic process with them. So that's kind of the same argument here. Like, why wouldn't somebody you respected at your university say it's not okay for Jordan to do this? And that is what he's doing, right? And he might say, I've watched a lot of videos from Trudeau or whatever, but the thing is he's stretching it, and he's thinking Trudeau is this villain, part of a economic world cartel maybe, and that he's got a brilliance in his evil deeds that probably surpass Jordan B. Peterson, and that he must be stopped. And somehow, you know, he can't define exactly how in his videos he came to that, you know, without meeting Trudeau and discussing things in person. So to understand, because I mean, even Pierre Poilievre doesn't know the data that Trudeau has access to, or that Biden has access to in the higher role, like data, let's say, that comes from intelligence agencies, if they even trust sometimes their presidents or prime ministers to divulge it. So it changes things. That doesn't, and I'm not saying that Trudeau is a smarter guy than average, except that he knows how to play the games in politics. But I would say, from watching a few videos of Trudeau since the Freedom Convoy thing, because I haven't really paid that much attention, I would say that he's matured more than other politicians as compared to the average because of this, the maturation process of becoming an adult. So I would say this, and then I would be able to find evidence of this, because there's one video specifically that I would say I can't imagine another politician, let's say in Canada, that would be able to behave with such grace when being judged unfairly by European politicians who don't really have access to this intelligence about what was really happening behind the scenes during this so-called freedom protest in Ottawa. So for me, like, his face and his responses showed me, yeah, this guy has matured, and I could find a lot of videos where he's, just a couple of years younger, and he is not mature at all. And I'm not talking about some of the things that even I do sometimes as being silly, like it's like really like a lack of emotional intelligence. So I could say this about Trudeau and then point it out. But I mean, if you look at how Jordan is trashing the College of Psychologists of Ontario here, and all the things he's quoting and the documents he is or is not presenting, while they are very good at privacy and respecting him in the sense that they are not making things as public, and that he's going full public manufacturing of consent and attacking people that are, maybe not good, but still trying to do their job, but that would work with him, but he won't have that, then yes, there's a lot of ways that he shouldn't have a license. Anyways, I think I might run out of storage soon. Okay, and you know what? I apologize. If I can find your name, I'll use your name. I apologize for this one, where I say, he would probably support you with a scholarship to go to Greece. When people have nothing to answer to opponent, they become personal. And I don't know, like, I'm just noticing now, if she calls me opponent, if she meant it that way, then I would most certainly, challenge her to a public debate. I don't know if she'd show up, but And then I say, hi, Vivi, but you are not succeeding at the personal part with me either. You refrain from using my name, which I offered to you freely, and you refuse to give me yours, even your first name. You show a face to the world like Jordan does, but we still do not know anything about each other. Hi, my name is Martin. I was born in the province of Quebec, close to Ottawa. I am in my early 50s, and I like chocolate. What about you? Thanks, Martin. Now, she might come back in a nasty way, which, it's obvious I'm single, and it's Valentine's Day, and it'd be pretty nasty, but I can handle it. About, I'm not interested in somebody like you, whatever. But she could also be, with this message, suddenly, holy crap, this is a real person. And he's like trying to introduce himself, and he's trying to say, hey, let's put the emotions aside and try to, converse as adults. And I didn't get a response back from that, and that was 4 hours ago. So it could be she hasn't seen, she hasn't put the time, or she hasn't decided, or whatever it is. But it's possible also that's the last one from her. Now, there's another guy, I think, called James. And in another video, I'll talk about him and some other people that are specifically related to this. Now, before I end this video, Victory Visions has 210 subscribers. Amazing. And 71,000 views. And she has an email here. She's in Sweden, it looks like. Welcome to the ultimate destination for inspiration and guidance on your journey to success. Our channel offers R. Now, if people say R and they're by themselves right away, that's scary. Did it just go up to 211 subscribers? Did I just say 210? She's amazing. Our channel offers a diverse collection of videos on motivation, business, and wisdom. Then why did you show? And Jordan B. Peterson. From some of the most influential voices of our time. From empowering speeches to practical tips and strategies, we have everything you need to unlock your full potential and achieve your goals. Subscribe. Okay, so that sounds like a life coach selling point, and at this point, I sure hope she didn't get a bachelor's in psychology. I think probably it would be more like a life coaching, or it's possible nothing as well. Subscribe now, and join a community of like-minded individuals on the path to greatness. Okay, I don't know. Subscribe to the channel, I guess she says. And I don't do that, right? I don't want people to subscribe. The content in our videos is intended for informational and educational purposes only. We make fair use videos from original interviews to create compelling and informative content. Our aim is to highlight important topics, and we believe this constitutes a fair use of any copyrighted material as provided for in Section 107. Sounds pretty business and legal of the U.S. copyright law. Okay, she's quoting a U.S. copyright law. Jordan B. Peterson may have been in the U.S. for this video. I don't know, but I think he's more like a Canadian citizen as far as I know. And she's in Sweden, supposedly. If you are the owner of any original content featured in our videos and would like it removed, please contact us and we will comply with your request. Media and service pro@gmail.com. And there's periods in there. So again, I don't see like a name. So, it's kind of hard to take her seriously. And she joined January 18th, 2023, and she has 71,000 views of people who have succumbed to this monetary fake personal development thing for profit that Jordan B. Peterson is doing. And he probably would have no problems with her using the videos to do this. And again, I didn't even know this about her, but this proves my point that weaponizing psychology, it will be the legacy of Jordan B. Peterson.